Most sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackie and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
When are you guys going to admit that you were wrong? Every Wednesday. That's right.
Right now.
Right now.
Right this second.
On 2 different shows every Wednesday, on Mackie and Judd and on Purple Daily. We are the only show in America that actually keeps track of our predictions statistically, so you know how wrong we are. Unlike some of these other guys. Like there was a time where Stephen A. Smith was wrong with his NBA Finals pick 7 consecutive years. Not at the beginning of the season, but like, okay, here are the 2 finals teams. Which one do you think is going to win? And I love me some Stephen A. Smith. I think he's entertaining. But like, I mean, they just kind of swept that under the rug. I don't think there was an accountability session for that. 7 straight years.
Hot takes more important than accurate predictions or accurate takes.
Yeah, but I think you gotta put your I like how AEW does the like the wrestling win percentages, right? They got like the win-loss records for CM Punk. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to know what's happening.
Win-loss records, come on, fake stats, okay.
Write That Down is presented today by Chill Boys, the most comfortable underwear that you're ever gonna put on, and the official underwear of Mackie and Judd and Purple Daily. Chillboys.com if you want to get a pair or 10 for yourself. You can also get the long underwear, which come in handy this time of year until the weather turns. Minnesota-based company making the most comfortable underwear on the planet, chillboys.com. All right, here's how Write That Down works, boys. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you guys want to participate like Arjun is about to, you can just hit us up through the Score North app. There's a feedback tab at the bottom of it, and you can send us your request to be on Write That Down. Are you ready to be held accountable?
Happens every week. Gotten used to it.
Okay. All right, let's start with Judd here. Had a few things come off the board. We'll start with this one. You said Kirill Kaprizov will score 3 or more goals on the upcoming 4-game road trip that ended last night. I believe he scored 2, if my math was
and they got shut out. They got blanked last night for the first time this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said Rick Spielman will spend the next season doing television work, and he did some TV work, but then he got hired by the Jaguars. So you said he was going to be a consistent studio color commentator.
I tried to find it yesterday, and I couldn't find confirmation that it was done.
I mean, we can take this off the board.
I don't think it's official yet. I'm just saying until it's official, it seems like it should be pending. But
okay, all right.
I mean, you never know. It's the Jaguars. They easily could pull the rug out from under our guy Rick.
That's true. Okay, we can leave it pending. So we'll just
good.
Take that off. You did say the Wild. Now, I need some confirmation here. You said the Wild would win 3 of their next 4 against the Rangers, Islanders, Blackhawks, Jets. They did win 3 of 4. And I'm wondering, did you say exactly 3 of 4? This is how Declan wrote it down in the sheet here. Or was it supposed to be at least 3 of their next 4? Because if it's exactly 3 of the next 4, I think that's a home run.
The Wild will win 3 of 4 games on their upcoming trip to the Rangers, Islanders, Blackhawks, and Jets. That's exactly what I wrote.
The Wild won 3 of their next 4.
Then I think it's a home run.
Okay.
And if you guys, I'm saying that because you said exactly 3 of the next 4,
and I didn't say at least,
which they did, then it is a home run.
But that's
so
what
I got to go into the official scores sheet here, and
you got to change my scorecard's a mess.
I know.
I hope it's not written in pen.
It is kind of for this episode.
Darn it! You got to write in pencil.
Unfortunately. I had a bad week. I said the Wild would win their next 3 games to make it an 8-game winning streak, and the loss last night put an end to that. I said Cam Talbot would give up at least 6 goals or more again in a game before he posts his first shutout, which he didn't. He did post his first shutout. Just didn't give him the 6 spot. I said Brian Dozier would make the Twins Hall of Fame before Dan Bleeping Gladden.
Should Bleeping be up since it's part of his name?
I'm actually kind of shocked that the voters did the right thing here. I thought that there'd be, Dozier envy because, he's nice to us. We cover Dozier. He's so nice. But Gladden deserves it.
Can't help yourself, can you? Taking shots at the Twins.
I mean, I saw the Dozier family doing walks around my. I think they live like right behind my building. I used to see them all the time with their French bulldog. They were nice. Saw Monte Carlo numerous times. They seem like nice people.
Monte Carlo, the Monte Carlo wings, fantastic.
Great wings.
Phenomenal.
Great
wings.
Manhattans. Great wings.
And then I said Eric Bieniemy would get snubbed in the head coaching cycle, which all the spots are filled. So unless one opens up here. That is correct. If it opens up and he gets it, we can revisit it. Listeners had nothing come off the board. Declan, you said Kevin Fiala will register a point against the Blackhawks last Wednesday, and he did. He actually registered 2 points in that game. So with that, you can ignore these here. I mean, Declan's is right, 455 with a homer. Judd actually has 2 home runs. We'll have to adjust his batting average, but I'm batting 278 with a home run. Listeners, still not on the board as we are now into the second week in February. So maybe our guy, Arjun, can change the listeners' luck. And he's coming to us from a much different time zone over in Australia. What time is it right now, Arjun?
It's 3:43 a.m. over here. But keen to get some predictions on the board. Thanks for having me on.
Man, what time would you ordinarily be waking up? Like, how early are we forcing you out of bed here?
I'll be honest, I'm more of a night owl. So I would normally go to bed around 1 a.m. and get up around 8:30 a.m. But I do wake up early when the NFL's on, so I'm sort of used to this time.
Love it. When your alarm goes off.
Football
Season.
That's right.
Just football. Wake up, football.
All right, so here's how this works. We're going to start with Arjun over to Judd, Declan back to me. 3 trips around the room. The predictions must be quantifiable, and that's pretty much the only rule. So lead us off, sir.
Let's do
this.
So for my first prediction, it's going to be a Kirk Cousins one. So I think Kirk Cousins will not speak publicly about the hiring of Kevin O'Connell in the first 14 days after it's officially announced by the organization.
Wow.
I like
weird.
it.
Like, he hasn't said
good.
anything yet.
That's a great prediction.
Dude, it's been over a month since they fired everyone.
Well,
They've got a new GM and a new coach. He hasn't spoke.
And he was at the Pro Bowl.
Was he not available for media?
I'm sure he was.
I think I saw something like in passing, like over an interview or something. He said something very brief on it.
Okay, well, we should find
it. It wasn't very but it wasn't. It was like a 6-second quote or something. Like, it wasn't anything worth telling. It's weird. It is weird that he hasn't like publicly
and his
had a press conference or anything.
Teammates certainly did.
I mean, from what I know, he hasn't said anything about Zimmer or Spielman yet. So I think he'll probably do the same with Kevin O'Connell.
I think that's accurate.
Okay, I'm on his Twitter account. He hasn't tweeted since December. I just want to see. I mean, did he not post any like Instagram things with? Well, there was that one picture where it was like the other 4 Vikings in a picture together at the Pro Bowl, but no Kirk. I just want to verify here. Maybe he put a statement out on Instagram or something and I missed it. Let's see. Nothing on Twitter. Okay, there we go. So he did post a picture of him and JJ at least from the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, that's
having fun at the Pro Bowl with Justin Jefferson. Just a picture of them smiling together. Okay. Oh,
that's great. I'm glad
that's great. Good for them.
I'm glad
to hear. Would just like to hear from the team leader.
I'm glad they're good friends. That's awesome.
Okay, Judd.
Okay.
Let's go.
The U.S. women's hockey team will beat Canada in the gold medal game at the Olympics. So
do you think they're rope-a-doping them? Do you think they lost on purpose a couple days ago?
They had like 53 shots. So like they played well. They just it fell apart. I don't know, but I think they're going to come back, and it's almost a certainty. It's going to be a shock if these two teams don't meet in the championship game. So the U.S. women's hockey team, Declan, will beat Canada in the gold medal game.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Write this down.
Can do that.
Okay. Dex?
All right. I have a couple wild predictions. One I'm going to push out and one that I'll have by next week. But I'm actually going to drink some Wolves Kool-Aid to start here. I'm going to maybe steal some of Macadac's thunder a little bit and pass me some of that Wolves Kool-Aid, Phil. I'll say this. The Wolves have 8 games remaining in the month of February. As of this prediction, there's 8 games left. I'll say the Wolves will win at least 5 games between now and the end of the month.
Okay.
So they will win at least 5 games between now and the end of February. 8 games in the docket as of this recording. They'll win at least 5 of them. Write that down.
And they've got, there's some tough ones in here. They're going through an easy stretch right now, but they have to play at Chicago on Friday. The Pacers are not a pushover.
Warriors again, I think. I think they had
that's March
Golden
1st.
State again?
But they
March
do play
1st,
at Cleveland, and Cleveland's actually one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. They just traded Rubio on the 28th, and then they play home against Memphis and Philadelphia. So they're actually going to be probably only going to be favored in like 4 of these games. So this is a good prediction.
Write this down.
Okay. All right, write this down. Let's go with this one. I think the Wolves are going to stand pat at the trade deadline. There's been all these discussions and all these players floated out there. I think the Ben Simmons stuff is dead. Actually, it sounds like the Ben Simmons James Harden swap is a real thing that might happen here in the next couple days. I believe I saw maybe it was Windy or somebody saying, yeah, it's definitely going to happen. So I think the Wolves are going to look at this and say,
there goes Windy. See you, Brian. Bye, Brian.
I think they're going to stand pat. Malik Beasley's on fire. Torian Prince is on fire. Jordan McLaughlin's come in as this amazing backup guard.
I would consider a Malik trade if his current hot streak is intriguing a team like the Celtics.
Yeah, but you can trade him in the offseason.
Sure.
Like if you think he's about to be hot for the next 3 months and
I
ride
don't
him out
think
and
he's
trade him in the offseason.
No. I think the deadline passes and guys like him go back to being cold.
Guys like, he's a shooter.
Guys like him.
Guys like, no, I'm saying
guys like him.
Me.
The mentality. The mentality's not right. He is showcasing himself. And he is a guy who, when he gets hot, can shoot super well. But I'm telling you, the deadline I've seen this before. He's going to go back to being, coming off the bench, the guy that he was previously.
I feel like you're probably reading too much into it. We'll see. But
I'm using my experience.
I think he's a dude who just needed to, like Steph Curry was cold for 3 months.
I'm just using my experience of my judging how guys are wired.
I also think you're using your natural state of paranoia also
Yes.
in this assessment.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
My state of paranoia has taken me a long way in this business. I would hire me if I was a team. I'd hire me. I'd be like,
Write this down.
Yeah, I'm sure.
nobody reads
They'd
players
love to
like
hire
you do, Judd.
Back to Arjun.
All right, so in the 2021 season, the Rams were the 3rd least penalized team, whilst the Vikings were the 8th most. So write this down. At the conclusion of the 2022 season, the Vikings will be one of the top 5 least penalized teams.
Discipline.
That'd be nice.
That disciplined football team in here. I like it.
False start. Hold.
Legal formation.
Yep. That would be very
some of it's like offensive linemen who are just completely, in over their heads. Like they have to hold. Like Oli Udoh had to hold.
Holdy Udoh. Yeah.
First offensive series of the year against the Bengals. 3 penalties, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's right.
Yeah,
3 penalties.
Think about that. All right,
It'd be
guys.
nice
We
not
spent
to do
all
that.
off season preparing.
Yeah.
We've scripted everything. We know what's going to happen, and we
CJ
have
Ham.
no idea what the snap count
The
is.
fullback false started.
Hopefully, if White Davis actually plays a game, we might be able to see if he false starts as well.
Who's that?
Wow. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
White Davis.
He doesn't exist as far as I know.
Witness protection.
Write
You
this
drafted
down.
the guy that doesn't exist.
All right, Judd. And we're back to
All
Judd, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a wild prediction. Judd
just slinging takes, leaning back to sip on his coffee.
Sipping on my coffee. This is what's great about this show. There's no pressure here. I'm amongst friends.
Just slinging takes.
This coffee's good, especially in my Stanley's mug. All right. The Wild and Avalanche will play a 7-game series in the playoffs. I'm wording this very carefully, so I will say it again because I'm not giving you a round. The Wild and Avalanche will play a 7-game series in the playoffs.
Love it.
All right.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
I am
Write
here
this
for
down.
it. I have a very similar prediction to Judd's. I will say the Wild will host the Blues in the first round of a playoff series. So I'm going extremely specific as of right now. And I believe if the playoffs started today, because the Wild are technically in 3rd or 4th, because they have so many games in hand to make up, there technically would be on the road if the playoffs started today. But all things point to the Wild most likely being in 2nd place in the division if things go according to plan. And I will say the Wild will host the Blues in the first round of a playoff series. Write that down.
Okay. God, just fast forward to the NHL playoffs, man.
Write this down.
Seriously, make it happen.
God.
Let's get it.
Great.
All right. I'm trying to find what Olympic events are still. I want to make an Olympic prediction.
There's
make
hockey,
have they done the bobsled yet?
Skiing. I don't know if they've done the bob. They're doing double luge as we record this right now.
Oh, so they okay.
You were asking the wrong two people, at least in Declan.
No, I like the Olympics.
They're
No,
doing
you
the-
like them,
the-
but you know nothing about them.
Figure
doing-
skating's been awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
The
Nathan
double
Chen
luge.
was phenomenal.
All right, I'm going to swing for a home run here. All right. I know Judd already made a women's. You made a women's. The women would beat Canada, right, in the gold medal game. Okay, so
Write this
I'm
down.
going to say this. Not only will they get revenge on Canada, the U.S. women will beat Canada by multiple goals in the gold medal game. So they will win. They will win that game by 2 goals or more. Is what I'm saying. I want this to be a home run. I think they were playing rope-a-dope. I think they were giving Canada a false sense of hockey security in that game the other night.
Okay, yeah. They had a ton of shots.
They were not cleaning up loose pucks in front of the net. I watched almost the entire game, fell asleep halfway through the third period.
Write this down.
It's a good game.
The puck will bounce their way.
Okay.
All right. Arjun, your third prediction here, sir.
Yep. So I think for my third and final prediction, I think the Minnesota Vikings will not pick at the 12th position in the 2022 NFL draft. And off the record, I think they'll actually move up.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
About
I wonder-
time.
Yeah, that's the one thing we do. Like, we know that Rick Spielman almost never trades up, especially high in the draft, right? Like, we don't know what Kwesi might just be wheeling and dealing. Maybe he'll pull a Mike Ditka with the Saints from like 20 years ago, where he just trades every pick to move up for
Okay.
Ricky Williams. I don't know.
Write
So
this
I was
down.
watching this mock draft the other day for PFF, and they were mentioning how much Kwesi loves the coverage sort of plays. So if Derek Stingley's still on the board, I think that we might move up to get him.
Interesting. That'd be a good story.
Here for it.
He's a hell of a player.
So Arjun, since you've got this platform, you woke up early. You know, you're speaking to the world right now. Is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this pinnacle moment?
Yeah, first of all, just want to shout out to my other NFL mates and down under here. We all wake up at ungodly hours to watch even when our teams aren't playing. So shout out to those guys as well, and obviously shout out to you guys as well. Love your content, and congratulations on Purple Daily being top 10 in NFL podcasts on
Thanks,
Apple.
man.
So congrats,
Thank you.
and thanks
Awesome.
thanks for all your content. Love it.
Thank you for getting up early here. Hopefully you can fall back asleep, or maybe turn it into a really productive morning or something. I don't know.
Definitely back to sleep.
Drink some Surly and pass out.
Very
Go pass right out. Works for Judd every time.
That's right.
All right, that's
Thank you.
Arjun
Thanks, man.
in Australia. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, back over to Judd here.
All right, continuing on the path of the Wild predictions. The Wild will trade for Claude Giroux this season.
Okay.
So the Wild will make a trade for Claude Giroux of the Flyers this season.
Did I make that exact prediction last week? Do I have that on the record too, Phil?
I don't remember.
I
Thought I
closed out
maybe-
the.
Okay.
Closed out the
I
no, I got.
think.
it.
Okay. I think I had it written down in my prep notes like a few weeks ago, but I thought I also made that. I mean,
It's very
I will
possible.
gladly
It's very
get Claude
possible.
Giroux on this team,
It's
so
very
I'm all for it.
It's very possible.
All right, Declan, you have. Yeah, you said the Wild will acquire Claude Giroux
Okay.
by the NHL trade deadline. So and it's okay. You guys can have the same prediction as long as it was
Just can't be
not
on the
made
same
during the
week.
same episode.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
I like
Declan,
it.
your third and final prediction.
Write this
All right,
down.
I'll go for a little home run swing here by next week's. Write that down. I'll say the Wild will shut out the Red Wings on Monday, on Valentine's Day. So I'll say the Wild will shut out the Detroit Red Wings on Monday, February 14th. Write that down.
Hope Don's got plans.
I got dinner. I actually won't be watching the game, I think. But
Oh, I will. I'm going to the game. I'm saying I hope she's got plans.
I love how
That
on
don't involve
like
me.
Valentine's Day, if she has to be picked up from the airport,
I
Judd
hate
is
Valentine's
notoriously known for going to games instead of picking up his beloved wife at
If
the
there's
airport.
a Wild game and she's flying in, or it's some contrived Hallmark holiday, I'm going to the game.
That's incredible.
I'm going to. It's work.
Contrived
I gotta
Hallmark
work.
holiday.
I gotta. I'm going to tell you right now, Stella's dog food ain't cheap, okay?
Just gourmet dog food.
Yeah, nothing but the best.
She eats the good stuff. The dry stuff, she ain't going to deal with.
Oh, she eats wet dog food?
I cut it up for her.
Oh,
It comes in rolls, and I have to cut it up every morning. And
Wow.
she wakes me up and barks at me and insists I come downstairs. It's incredible. It's embarrassing. I'm run by a dog.
Write this down.
it's the life you've chose. I've been run by cats and dogs. And
It is. That's true. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. It's just embarrassing.
All right, I'm trying to. I want to make an Olympic pick here, so I'm trying to find. I found a schedule. The problem, it's hard to find like which events haven't happened yet and stuff.
You're usually the most prepared guy on the show. You have no idea what's going on at the Olympics, and yet you want to make Olympic picks.
Yeah. So I did find that they have not done the women's skeleton event. That's coming up later this week. So skeleton is like luge, but you go down instead of being on your back, you go. It's like you're face down. It's very dangerous.
Terrifying.
Yep. And so write this down. In the women's skeleton event, Kimberly Bose from the Netherlands will win gold. Write it down.
Kimberly Bose?
She is a Dutch BOS, Kimberly Bose. She is a Dutch skeleton racer from from the Netherlands, obviously, and she will win gold in the skeleton, the women's skeleton. There you go. If you want your Olympic insights, I'm your guy. Right here, Phil Mackey.
Write this down.
I mean,
Phil
I
Mackey
made a
and
hockey
Dan
one because I
Hicks.
like hockey. I don't care about the rest of the events.
I love the luge
which
and
are-
the skeleton. Those are two great
I watched the
historical
luge.
events.
The luge is unnecessarily dangerous. There's not enough bang for one's buck.
Okay, which of these events would you classify as not unnecessarily dangerous? Speed skating? How about the snowboarding half pipe? Are any of these like properly safe? You don't know what the snowboarding half pipe is?
Yeah, half pipe. What the hell does that? I don't know.
It's a half pipe.
I'm
and
sure
they
I've
go
seen
up
it.
You don't know what a half pipe is?
No, I'm sure I've seen it. I don't really watch that stuff. I really don't.
But you woke up at 6 a.m. to watch the Czech Republic play a hockey game?
Yeah. No, hold on a second. It didn't start
You're
at
a
6.
hypocrite.
It started at 7, and I love hockey. I'll watch hockey. I will not watch sports I don't care. But I'm consistent. I like hockey. I watch hockey. I don't watch these sports that I don't watch.
I don't watch these sports
these
that I
luge.
don't watch.
Like, I don't arbitrarily say, oh, the luge is on today. Dawn, I can't pick you up from the airport because I got to go to the luge event.
But if the Czech Republic is playing
Yes,
Finland,
I ignore
Denmark
people-
are playing.
I am willing
I'm
to
there,
ignore,
baby.
I am willing to ignore people I love for sports I like.
Nope, can't drop you off at Terminal 2. Denmark and Czech are playing a
sorry.
7 a.m.
And I'm gonna
tilt in
tell you right now, if
Beijing,
they
and I
played
got
at
to
the
be up
X,
for
I'd
it.
go to the X to watch them.
sorry, Sweden and Switzerland are playing each
Yeah.
other.
That's a good game. That's
Amazing.
a good game. The Czechs lost to Denmark. It was a huge upset.
I've been all into the downhill skiing, the Super G. I mean, these dudes,
My
it's
mom
like,
always loved that.
and the women, it's like they're running these races. They're like a minute or 2 minutes long down this massive mountain, and they're coming within like a tenth of a second of each other. And then is it Bodie Miller
I'll
on
give you
commentary?
skiing.
The commentators
Yeah,
are like,
I think Bodie's
oh,
on
like he flinched his elbow around
I'll
that
give you
one.
skiing.
It's gonna cost him 0.2 of a second.
Skiing, bobsled, traditional sports are legit. But some of this crap. The X Games stuff has no business.
What?
No business in the Olympics. It's the X Games. Stay in the X Games.
Okay, what are the X Games sports that bother you the most in the Olympics?
Anything that involves unnecessarily jumping on a snowboard just pisses me off.
What
That's an X Games
constitutes
sport.
unnecessary jumping
And
versus
here's-
necessary jumping?
Ski jumping, necessary. That's fine.
Why is that
Long-standing-
necessary?
Why is that
But
necessary?
being in a half pipe-
Because they originally
suicide.
put it in the Olympics. It's an Olympic sport. The Olympics have added a bunch of crap that nobody wanted, but they decided that they needed more programming. It's tonnage. Put it back in the X Games. Let them smoke their dope and do their jumping.
So you're saying if I've got platforms on both of my feet and I jump, that's acceptable. But if I
If
have
it was
one
on-
larger platform that I have both of
All
my
right,
feet
I'm
are
going
on,
to give you the rule of thumb. If it was on Wide World of Sports on ABC with Jim McKay back in the day, it's an Olympic sport.
So-
If it's some guy who was just
I have
token
never.
up
I
in
don't know
his
who that
parents-
is.
It doesn't matter. If it was some guy who just was token up in his bedroom, came downstairs and said, "Hey, mom and dad, I'm going up on the roof to try and jump off on my snowboard," then get the hell out of the Olympics.
I love it. I love Judd's Olympic takes.
Well, here's part of the reason why.
I want Judd on the Olympic committee to explain which events are essential. And
I'm
which
bitter
aren't.
to this day about so I've always thought this, but it was confirmed when it was it me and Dubé at the time. We got sent out. It was before Phil and I teamed up. We got sent to the X Games at the Viking Stadium, US Bank Stadium.
US Bank. Yep.
And so part of the deal was, because I think we had a title sponsorship or something, that we were going to have like these guests, which of course I didn't care about one bit. Like,
it was like a bunch of 14-year-olds, right?
We got stood up. A 14-year-old who evidently was making a boatload of cash, like came a half hour late and plopped down. And I said, really? It's like, this is how it works? Like, you are a snot-nosed kid and you're late. Like, if you're a legit athlete, I get it. Like, if you're Kirk Cousins,
is incredible.
I am not going to be and I chastised this youngster on the air, and I hope it stuck with that little punk, that you don't show up late. Like, you are a 14-year-old skateboarder and you're late.
Skateboarder.
You're not a legit person to do that.
I think he probably saved you though. Like, how would you have connected with him for like a 12-minute radio segment? What would you? I know, but that's my point. He saved you. No, if he shows up and you have to talk with him for like 12 minutes or 15 minutes of a radio segment,
I would have cut it short.
How would you even have filled that time?
I wouldn't have done it. I would have cut it short. But I mean, I was fascinated by the fact that this young punk was doing these things. That's fine. Just, it's not an Olympic sport. It's not real. Let's get it out.
My God, you do have a nice Stanley's coffee mug there, though, right? That at least to give you all these takes about your love of the Olympics.
I'm full of caffeine. 5 cups of Joe yesterday. 5 cups. Okay. I had the best workout that I've had in ages yesterday.
Where do you stand on curling?
I like curling, actually. It's a traditional sport. It's Canadian. It involves drinking. So I like curling.
So you're fine with drinking, but smoking dope, that crosses
I don't
the line?
care about smoking dope, but X Games were invented for the X Games. Keep it in the X Games. Yeah. No, it's not about the smoking dope. It's about the personalities that compete in that, which I'm fine with. You got your own little thing. Just stay in your damn lane. Get off my TV.
Right. I'm going to incorporate daily Olympic updates now.
I think we have to
the rest of the week and early next week. It's going to be great.
I'm with you on skiing, Phil.
It doesn't sound like you are, actually.
No, traditional skiing. My mom loved it. She would watch that stuff all the time. And here's the other thing that might surprise you. Figure skating, I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. Been around forever. Subjective.
What's your favorite figure skating move?
Triple Lutz.
The what?
Triple Lutz is a good one. What about the triple Salchow?
Great band.
Triple toe loop?
The toe loop scares me a little bit. Very dangerous.
Flying Lotus? That was in Blades of Glory.
Oh, Blades of Glory, yeah.
Great film.
Which I saw.
Great
but anyway, film. I am all for. I am not saying. And again, I'd like to just say, final thought. I do believe before anybody gets upset, that if you enjoy an athletic competition endeavor, you should enjoy that. It doesn't mean that I have to appreciate it.
Unless it's the X Games.
All right. The X Games. All right.
That's a wrap. Mackie and Judd, write that down. Accountability session and Judd's thoughts on Olympic sports. We'll see you guys for Reckless Speculation Thursday tomorrow.